Hello, 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 with my usual spiel. Welcome back to Space Engineers on the Xbox, on the Series X. And this is a great day because what a roller coaster yesterday. Warfare 2 Broadside. I was on the live stream. Lots of people were. Yes, the Xbox version of that update got delayed, but we got it. We got the DLC. And we got some absolutely superb stuff added to the game, some incredible mechanical changes to combat itself. I will be going through a lot of that in separate videos, but this is a video that I wanted to do straight away. I promised Kinata, and I said I would do it, and I promised my community. Here it is, the yellow platform of Doom. Let's just make sure we've got some decent lighting. Right, let's move the time of day forwards. And there's a lot to go through with this update. So expect lots of videos. But you would have noticed that added to the plethora of blocks that arrived in the free side of this update, as you know, Keen always do a free side, they always do a paid side. The paid side only costs a few pounds. Excuse me, let's repair this. There we go. There was a brand new block. Something called the Custom Turret Controller. The Custom Turret Controller, an incredibly cool block. Remember, moons ago, that I showed you the rotor, remote control, and gyro way of making custom turrets. That's all gone. No need now. How do you make a custom turret now? Well, it's this simple. Get a light armor block, just so this thing is up in the air, and then atop that you want to put a rotor. And that is a dead simple custom turret. You can build the custom turrets like I showed you and then simply use this new block. Now, if you're going to be using the custom turrets with ammunition in survival, make sure you pipe everything up. I'm not bothered at the moment because I'm only in creative. And atop this rotor, we're going to slap a hinge. Like so. So we have one custom turret mount. Atop this custom turret mount, we are going to just pop a bog standard, easy rocket launcher. Now, this is not the best turret, but it's an example. We're going to need some power. And if you bought the DLC, you'll have a new battery to play with. The Warfare battery. Rugged and cool looking. Just look at that battery. That is nice. Then we're going to require a nice little control seat, just so that we can manipulate this grid from the comfort of this control seat. We're almost done. We just need to do a couple of things, and one of those things is go into the control seat, go to our control panel and look at the grid. We want to look at Rotor 2. Now, Rotor 2, we want to name Rotor as, or if you want to use the proper word, azimuth. This is the name of a rotational setting derived from astronomy. When you have a telescope, if you turn the telescope, you're adjusting its azimuth. Then we want to look at the hinge. Now, the hinge is going to be our elevation. So we're just going to call it AL for short. Now we've done that, we want to jump back out of our control seat, and we're going to bring in the brand new block that makes all the magic happen. and it is really simple. You'll see it right at the end, and let's get it orientated correctly. There it is. The custom turret controller. This takes all of the pain out of making custom turrets in Space Engineers and makes it a breeze. How breezy? Well, let's press X on this panel and go into the custom turret controller itself. You'll notice, very familiar to a lot of people, and there's brand new scripts, or rather a brand new script being added to the game, which is the targeting info script. So if I just pop that on, I'll be talking about all this as I go through every single new block and weapon in the DLC showcase and the free update showcase that I always do as part of these things. But let's move on. We want to ignore set of actions, and this is why I told you to name your rotor. There's your azimuth rotor. We know it's called rotor azimuth. There's your elevation rotor. We know it's called hinge elevation. We have no camera yet. And what we want to do now is come down and we want to assign this rocket launcher. So make sure that rocket launcher is selected and then just pull down on the left stick. You'll see me maneuvering windows with it just to show you, and hit add tool or weapon. Now we have a rocket launcher which is used as an aiming reference for the custom turret controller. The final thing you want to do is enable your AI. Now I've got this at 600 meters. There you go. What we want now is to quick save. Now quickly. You might be wondering why this thing is pointing down. It's because there's a wreckage of a ship there from a test. So that turret is actually pointing at a potential enemy grid. Let's just pop about here. And we're going to spawn in one of my blueprints, the Danube. You won't have seen it. It's a chunky, small, large grid vessel. And to summon in a blueprint or bring in a blueprint, hold down the right bumper, press B, and select the blueprint you want. In this case, we're going to look for the Danube. There it is. Now remember my rule about blueprints and various things like that. Always make sure your thrusters are on when you blueprint. Otherwise that ship is going to drop like a stone. Now you notice the turret is not firing because this is a friendly vessel. It's part of my faction. We're going to change all that by going to the door panel, holding down both bumpers and tapping the inventory button to open the control panel. Then we're going to make sure we've selected the door. Hold down both bumpers and tap A twice. You are now selecting every single block on this grid, and all we need to do is move over to transfer to. Press A, look for space pirates, and confirm. Then get out of the way. Now, let's see. This might be out of range of this particular gun turret at the moment. It may be beyond 600. I got this working last night, of course. Main cockpit not set. Okay. That's all right. So let's push the aiming radius of the custom turret controller up, making sure everything is as is. Camera. Actually, before we do that, I'm just going to drop a block on here. We'll just do it like this, actually. And then we're going to throw a camera on. And you'll find your cameras in your remote control. And if you look at the picture of the camera, make sure the little light is at the bottom, the bar's at the top. Pop your camera in. And now we can assign that camera as part of our custom turret controller as well. Because, of course, you don't just want the AI taking over turrets. You want to be able to fire them yourselves. There's your assigned camera. Choose camera. And just nip along to the main cockpit. And also, we're going to add this as a shortcut so we can control it. You can also see that it's picking up on lock target there. That's a new mechanic. So what we want is we want to pop along to our custom turret controller, and you'll see, like any gun turret, there's a load of things we want control. So now we can actually lock our target. Now we can't quite do it because this isn't a lock-on missile launcher, but you can see we can control this. Don't want to blast that out of the sky just yet. And you see it's working like a turret that we can control from a chair. And you can speed these up by changing the setting on the custom turret controller that controls the azimuth and so on. Now you can see we've locked the Danube, which is down there. What we probably want to do is just go crazy and push our the velocity multiplier. Still getting used to where everything is on this. Enable AI aiming radius to 800. It also might be because it's tracking onto that Danube down there. Look, have I turned the hinge off by accident? That's the other trick, is we've got to watch out for. Nope, that's on. Hinge elevation's on. Your azimuth rotor is on. And they're both named. Might need to re-spawn that ship, to be honest. Second. Always good fun. Things work when you do them originally, and then, of course, when you show it off. Yeah, so there's the azimuth rotor. There's the elevation rotor. There's the camera. Rocket launchers selected. AI's on. Oh, hold on. Duh. Sorry. You have to forgive me. I had very little sleep last night. The 3rd of February is never a great day for me. It was a horrible year. My mum passed away on the 3rd, very, very suddenly, and I got diagnosed with GI cancer, which turned out not to be cancer, but it was a terrible year. Turn off target meteors, target missiles, target small ships, leave target small ships on, and we are going to put target friends on as well, just to make sure. No, I don't want that. Again, not target friends. That's for the spotlight. Target enemies is on. Target blocking is on. Target options don't need to worry about. So it might be that the Danube is far away. Let's just spawn in another one, see if it picks it up. It may be because it hasn't yet destroyed this thing down here. So let's see if we can't get rid of this grid. Hold on a moment. Admin tools. Entity list. Let's see what that is. That's the wreck of the small grid. I want to remove Always good fun to try and work this out. Space Engineers, it's all about troubleshooting things, and when you're dealing with, that's the last bit of it there. Yeah, it's still locked onto this bit here. Can't just cut that. And we'll have that ice. Thank you very much. And lo and behold, now our turret has decided it wants to work. Because, of course, it was locked onto that grid down there. So there. Sorry for the messing about. But you'll see that our little custom turret tracked that ship all the way down to its explosive end. And the thing is, that particular kind of turret there is not as effective as the kind you could build based on the design that we know and love. So to do that one, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of that. It'll be a little longer than I expected, this video, but that's cool. I don't mind, because I am here to enjoy playing the game and to impart some useful information. So we're going to build a really basic and rubbish grid to put another rocket turret on that will have a little bit more motion. And I mean, you can do this as small grid if you super grid. But for now, actually no, let's put our... We're going to use 2 rotors on this one. And this is going to be our elevation rotor. And we're going to pop in a light armor block. You've seen me do this, of course, when I originally did the video on how to make the custom gun turret rigs back in the day. Seems such a long time ago now, that one. Certainly one of the earliest videos I did way back, because now I have about 173 or so videos up on the channel and about 103 Space Engineers tutorials. So, right, okay, this time we want to pop in our thing. Now we know this one is our elevation, but we're going to rename it anyway because I like to do that. Go to our custom turret controller. This time we're going to flick down. We have our azimuth rotor already set, so we just need to assign our elevation rotor. We just need to assign our camera. And again, we just need to assign our rocket launcher. And off she goes. Lots of DACA. Should make any Warhammer fan happy. Absolute, complete, total and utter destructive firepower. Lots DACA, much boom, as they say. It will continue until that thing is utterly and totally vaporized. The AI is, in that regard, completely relentless. Again, if you want to control it, all you need to do, just break that connection there, hold down, up on the D-pad, come along to your blocks here, and throw in control. And we have complete control. Right, now, let's try that again with another Danube. Danube being picked up. If you're interested in this ship at any point, let me know and I'll see about popping it up on the workshop. So, there we go. Space pirates. Poor space pirates. Always getting picked on. Here we go. Turret is now tracking. So yeah, what was stopping the original version that I built from working was the fact that it was locked on to the wreck that was down there. I'd completely forgotten that these things are relentless when it comes to destroying objects in the world. And that is your custom turret with the custom turret controller. No need for a gyro, no need for a remote control block, just either a rotor and a hinge for a quick turret, or two rotors, one azimuth, the rotational rotor, one elevation, the elevation rotor. Pop into the block, assign everything, make sure there's a camera on there if you want, assign that camera, assign your weapon to your turret, and you're away. You could, if you wanted, slap the brand new railgun on the front, although you're going to need an absolute fortune of power in survival to get that thing to fire. But it is a total beast of a weapon. And just before I go, we're going to indeed take that out of the equation. And we're going to, I mean, just look at that thing. I mean, to give you an idea, let's just pull back. And it comes to something that you actually have to pull back from the thing. Now, this may cause the rotor to just drop. I'm not sure. I might have to put the torque up on the rotor. I haven't tried this yet. There it goes. I may have to just slap everything up on these rotors, because there goes the power as well. So that's going to charge up to fire. So let's just, if we're going to go all in, let's show you what you get if you buy the DLC. If you want a brand new reactor, say hello to the large warfare reactor. White. A fantastic design. Look at it. That thing is glorious. Let's just pop the railgun on our grid. Let me. Yeah, let's hold on. Remove the rocket launcher. We have. Actually, we'll remove the railgun as well, and then we'll add the railgun again. Just to see. I don't think for an instance these rotors will lift the railgun. Oh, no, wait. Just Exit the camera view. And there we go. That thing, that's just ridiculous. I don't know whether it will fire. I haven't tried this. This is raw gameplay. I mean, it's all raw gameplay, but this is even more than usual. But I know you want to see it, and you want to see how devastating this damn thing is. I've fired it manually. So, oops. So, yeah. I normally don't go beyond my time when I'm doing these things, but really, it's a Friday. And, oh, there it goes. Good night, Danube. One shot. Then spinning off. And believe you me, if that thing even so much as survives the crash, this railgun will attempt to track it, charge, and fire a second shot. As you can see, it's pointing down. I could take it over and see how long it takes to charge, but you'll notice it doesn't have a lock target. Have a look. It's a thing of beauty. I'm just going to fire it anyway. Here it goes. Listen to that. I believe that is out of its actual line of sight, so the AI won't open fire and attempt to blast it through solid rock. It can lock from this distance as well. Locked onto something that is a small grid. Probably not the one I was aiming at. But still, yeah, that is the railgun. Give you an idea of its range as well. There's its tooltip. Let's just bring up the block in the build menu. Why not? Its maximum range on large grid is 2,000 meters. So for the person, I've forgotten who was asking on the Facebook group, yeah, 2,000 meters for a large railgun, and I think it's about 1,400 for the small grid. Anyway, there you go. That is custom turret controllers, rocket launchers, making your own turrets. A little bit of classic Space Engineers, raw gameplay where things don't quite go as I planned because I completely forgot that the grid in question was still targeted. My entire own fault. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Hopefully you've had fun. Hopefully you'll make your own custom turrets, create some great designs, enjoy the new update. Do buy the DLC because the blocks that you get in it are well worth it, including one I'll be talking about at some point, which is the Searchlight. It's AI enabled, so it can actually track you and other players and ships and so on, and it's really useful for making a work light at night. That's all I've got time for, though. Enjoy the game, have fun, stay safe, take care. I will catch you in the next one. DWolfie1 will have a ton of videos based on Warfare 2. Bye for now.